check us out on YouTube. You're live. Please check your stream on YouTube. Hello, welcome in, chat. Welcome in. I am making sure that I am live on YouTube. I'm trying to stream this thing here. I'm in my everyday shirt here, chat, so bear me for looking like a slob here. Last time it didn't stream to YouTube, but I want to make sure. Yep, we're on. We are on. Okay, good. So, how is everyone doing today? Do you guys having a pretty good Tuesday? Hope so. Hope everything is well. And cannabis, welcome in, welcome in. So guys, last week we talked about. Let me get my little bat channel, my bat signal on here. Um, we talked a little bit at the very end of the show about shipping, because shipping has been a real stickler to some sellers. And I personally know someone that was actually had paid like up to $200. She gets a lot of shoes and she sells shoes too, and they were getting that done. And the post office was saying, "Yeah, we got these packages, but you owe X dollars because the sender didn't put the right postage on the size of the box." Has anyone heard of anything like that or known about that? That's an actual issue? Looks like we got some people still trying to come in here. So we'll give it a second here. Looks like that is what kills it. Cannabis, is there anything that you want to talk about tonight? Pre-rolls. What's that? Is that what I think it is? Yeah. So we've got Vintage Mom. She's ending up her show and she'll be in. And then we've got we'll be doing some little bit of topics here. If everyone starts to follow in, it'd be cool. Guys, welcome in. Well, they're coming in and leaving. They come in and pop out. Now watch this. If I take this down. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. So this chat is not streaming like it should. Welcome in, chat. Welcome in. Going to be talking a little bit about some of the things that go on here at Whatnot. If anyone is interested, we had a good discussion last week. It was really good. And we will be continuing that. We've got some people that are running a little late to come in. And we also will be picking some people to be beta testers on our average cost of goods spreadsheet that I put together. That is available through Google Docs. I'm sorry, Google Sheets, excuse me, Google Sheets. So we'll be looking to select some people to actually uh, test it out, use it, see if there's anything we need to change, remove, anything like that. So stick around for that, guys. We'll get you the link via email. So that'll be cool. All right. And welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Do you guys that are coming in, do you guys have anything that you want to talk about today? We were talking about shipping last time. We were talking about shipping and some of the hurdles around shipping. A lot of people are getting charged well, first of all, has anyone been charged for from the postal service uh, to receive your package? Has anyone had that happen to them? Because that is happening to more and more people as we are moving forward here. A lot of people are getting these charges. I personally had one come in. It was like $5. I had to pay $5.33 for to receive a package from a seller here and Whatnot. And Whatnot really does not want that happening, and they really want people to know shipping inside and out. And if you don't know your box sizes, your weights, if you're not measuring, weighing your items properly, it can be very it can be exhausting just to learning that process, but it can be very challenging to move forward with being successful on Whatnot. So we are trying to make everything and give you guys the things that we made mistakes on, starting out with Whatnot. We've been on here for 8 months now, and the things that we've learned, we want to have you avoid that if you're a new seller. So it is an open forum here, guys, and 8 months later, that's right. It is an open forum. Thank you very much, Cannabis. So, guys, questions at whatever you have, if it's not on shipping, if it's on anything else, if I don't know, we'll just do a live search here on Whatnot and go try to find that information for you. Okay. Whatnot is getting better. They were pretty scarce when it came to tutorial videos, and or you have to really hunt and peck to find information here on Whatnot, but they are doing much better now. Especially if you're trying to like be a little bit advanced and trying to do like OBS, which is Open Broadcast System, Open Broadcast Service. So where you can have little animations in your streams and all that kind of stuff, which I'm going to be start doing as well. So a lot of different things like that I'm starting to get more familiar with, more comfortable with to do that. It is a very great tool, and it costs you absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing. Just a lot of time to research it. But if you stick around, you follow us, you'll be able to cut down the time, the learning curve to doing OBS, because I got my techie Cannabis right there. Cannabis is the tech of the family, and he is all over it. Free 99, exactly. Free 99. Megan, welcome in. Welcome in. So, Megan, we were just sitting here talking and seeing if people have any questions, and just going to open the floor to people to find out, is there anything that, if you're a new seller, what you may be encountering, what you like about some things and whatnot, and maybe what you don't like about some things and whatnot. Okay. So I think that's been pinned up long enough. We can do that. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What was the topic on this one here? Oh, questions, shared practices. Yeah. So, Cannabis, that stream is live right now on the tube. Just letting you know. Welcome in, Claire's. Welcome in. Got some people that are running behind. Some of our regulars that are coming in. We got one person ending up the stream right now, so they'll be coming in here shortly. But guys, if you have anything that you were looking to talk about something, I got. I'm gonna moderate Cannabis here. He can moderate here as well. That if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just post them in the chat. Hey, Haas, what's going on, Haas? How are you? How are you? You're a guy I would love to interview. I would love to interview you on this. You do a great job on your shows. I love your shows. Guys, if you're looking for fashion bags, you're looking for anything Coach, anything Dooney, mostly Coach, but like hang tags, uh, House of, I don't want to butcher the names. Hamza is the guy. Really, really good guy. Really, really good guy. Yes, 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 yes. So yeah, we're trying to get people, because I don't know how long you've been on whatnot, Hasma, is it Hamza, sorry, Hamza. But I've been on 8 months, and it's been a learning curve, big time learning curve. So I don't know if you have had some like struggles, ups and downs with that or not, but we have, and we are trying to spread the word, letting people know, hey, it's not that hard. Don't give up, and move forward with that. So, if you have any input for any kind of new sellers, please, it's an open forum. Anyone, just put it in the chat. And again, I've got my moderator, Cannabis, who will actually uh, be filling some of those questions, because sometimes it's hard for me to look at the screen and read that, if especially if I'm going to be doing some live showing on the computer. Oh, for shipping, yes, a scan sheet is good, but they always say it's best to have them give you a receipt by scanning each individual item. Like, dude, I'm not going to sit in the post office for 3 hours delivering my packages and have you scan each one, you know. But yeah, the scan sheet is really good, because I've had some packages get lost, and I'm like, but the scan sheet still doesn't protect you, because it doesn't give you that tracking number. It just says you dropped them off. That is what I've learned from Whatnot too. But it's better than putting them in the bin and walking away and having nothing. So it is. So I guess the lesser of two evils. So okay, what we've got here. So we were I've had people that are into the shoe game. Hey, Vintage Mom with the raid. How are you, Vintage Mom? Welcome, welcome. I hope you had a great show. Guys, another person here to follow, who also does mid-range bags, is Vintage Mom. She is awesome. She is somewhat of a newer seller. We've been co-hosting her on most of our podcasts here. Follow Vintage Mom. And did I spell vintage? I spelled vintage wrong. It is just a big, open, loving community here. Vintage Mom, why can't I spell you right? Vintage Mom. Did I spell that right? I spelled that right. No. So I am trying to struggling between using my phone, using a tablet, and using a computer. I'm started out on a computer, and now it's like going to the phone is archaic to me. I don't understand it at all. How many people? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a survey. How many sellers uh use a phone or a tablet or a computer? That would be a good little poll to do, don't you think? So we'll create a poll. Ah, use. Here we go. Computer and tablet when going live. A little backwards, but you'll get the gist of it. All right, so you guys can give me your input on that. I know a lot of people that use the tablet. A lot of people are strictly phone. I like the for doing inventory, adding items to my shop. I love the computer side of it more so than the tablet or the phone. I feel you're a little bit limited on what you can do. You can't, like, if you drop off mail, you can't list all of your items as being dropped off on the phone. On the computer, you can, little things like that. So you must be multitasking oriented. Yes, you must be. You really must be. And also, I'm going to repeat again. Hubby's on the computer. He's getting the shipping done from the show. Huh. You're lucky you got a shipping. You've got your own. You're a small seller, but you got your own shipping department. You got Hubby. That's cool. Um, but we were going to be trying to do beta testing, guys. We've created an average cost of goods spreadsheet, and it goes back a couple episodes of like why I use average cost of goods versus just using, okay, I paid $55 for this purse. I need to get, $70 for it. I use an average cost of goods when I sell my items. Knowing what your average cost of goods is, in my opinion, will help you be able to sell items and not be worried about, well, I paid X for that. I paid X for that. You'll know what your actual cost of all your goods are over a course of period of time. Not yet. We are going to get my son to help during show, and we'll do the shopping as we shipping as we normally build. Okay, as we sell. Good. Yeah. Lala. Hey Lala, how are you? How are you? Thanks for stopping by the little podcast here. Talking a little bit of shop. Talking a little bit of shop. Topic: how should I price or structure auctions for better engagement? Um What I do, again, I'm using mine off of cost of goods. So I try to have, like, when I try to do my auctions and have pre bids on my purses, because I do mid range bags, fashion bags. I try to I have my bottom line that I know that I'm okay with if someone pre bids on it. So I try to set mine at a certain threshold, uh, depending on the bag. Maybe if it's a retail value of $100 bag, I'll probably set my pre bids maybe around $35-$40. But you have to be the judge of that. But you want to have a price, in my opinion, that speaks for itself while you're not speaking on it. So if someone goes into your bin and looks at your auction tabs and they see a purse that has a retail price of $150, but you have its pre-bid setting starting at $35-$40. Will they be more inclined to pre-bid on that? I believe so. And it yeah, they do. Just like a person's going to pre-bid on something if you started at $1, right? Of course they are. They're going to want that chance to uh to get a steal, a deal. So you just got to price your items. You've got to know what your cost is, because a lot of sellers don't know their cost. They know what they paid on that individual bag, but you can't, in my opinion, you shouldn't be worried about the actual cost of that bag. It is what you spent out on all your inventory. And you may make, if I spend $100 on a bag, I may make $10 profit on that bag overall. But if I spent $25 on another bag and I make $100 on it, as a whole, I am ahead of the game. Does that make sense? So if you're worried about selling a $25 bag and it's worth 50 for selling it at 50, and then you worry about a bag that you bought for 50, you want to sell it for 100, that's how you hold inventory longer. And if I can make $10 or $15 on a bag, I can turn it the same day, or that stream that I get it, or whatever it may be. I'm getting my money back immediately to go reinvest it. So yes, I made a smaller profit, but I'm not holding it for 6 months, 8 months. That's my theory behind it. So I have to say, when I relax on my auctions, prices do better if there are multiple bidders. Exactly, they do. They really do. I saw you had a frenzy. You were like, "Oh wow, we got a bidding war going on that wristlet." Yeah. So speed round topic. Is it better to think volume over margin? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It's hard. Cannabis, you weren't in our last show, but it goes back to, like we talked about last week. Either you're a POP or a POS. A POP personality is a person that gets their endorphin release on a point of purchase. So when I buy something and I know I buy something for $25, but it's worth $150, I'm getting my rush, like, yeah, I got a great deal. Then there's others that are sellers which we all should be going to as a seller, is a point of sale endorphin. You want to be happy that you sold something at a profit or at a at a reasonable spread versus I got this great deal, I got this great deal. And most of those people that have those great deals all the time, the POPs, they have a death pile of stuff that's sitting there because they don't want to sell it because they're attached to that item for that dollar amount that they paid for it. So it takes a paradigm shift in your mind to get to that point of where you're okay with selling something that is worth $100. You're gonna sell it and say, oh, you got a great deal because you sold it for $50, but you're like, well, it's really worth 100. Yeah, you can leave meat on the bone. Leave meat on the bone for someone else to make profit on it. That's fine. But you make your money as a seller on the purchase, not on the sale. If you buy it right, buy low, sell high, right? If you're buying it right, you make your money on your buy when you buy that good, not on the sale of the good. Street run topic. I can't see that emoji. 100%. What items trend to sell well on whatnot, right? Dude, you could sell plants and make money. Okay. There's people that are doing well in the plant category, people doing well in the arts and crafts. I mean, it's the world is your oyster on whatnot. You can make money. I'm waiting for someone to go bottle some dirt and say, "Look, this is sand from Florida. You want it for $2?" You can sell anything. You literally can sell anything. It's live selling is the future. It is now. It's not the future. It is now, and it will continue to go into the future because you've got a device that is with you 24/7, and you could be on it, you can get what you want on it and just be entertained as well. It's a mix of both. You're getting entertainment, you're getting some social interaction virtually, and you're looking at items that you see and you can recognize, and you know the pricing of it because we're all astute consumers, and you can get it for half the price. You know what I think when you say POS? Yes, I do. I do. I do. I thought the same thing. I'm like, should I even say POS? But that's no other way to explain that one. No other way to explain it. All right. So, is anyone here? I'm going to open the floor. Does anyone want to go live and co-host and get interviewed as to what your journey has been on Whatnot? If so, let me know, and we will co-host you. And if you're a new seller, this is a great opportunity for you to get your store, um, your store, your company out in front of some people and gain some followers, get people to know that who you are and what you do. And it's a great thing to do. Go MM. What is that? Oh, Mama's Market. No red chair for Mamas. Are you a new streamer? You want to do it? Okay, let's do it. Am I reading that correctly? You want to go you want to co-host? You're like, no. All right, get that back. Where did I go? Here we go. Oh, I know, I know, I know. Don't be shy. Like my mom, shop Madam President, she's super shy. She's like, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I was that way as well too, but I'm like, what is there to be scared of? If you go out in public and you go to a store and you see people that you've never seen before, it's the same thing to what we're doing right now. Exact same thing. Exact same thing. I see the future of whatnot with more co-hosting features. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh, Vintage Mom has co-hosted. She's co-hosted like 2 or 3 times so far. Yeah, it's just like talking to your friend on the phone on FaceTime. It's the same thing. Same thing. And if you get nervous, you're like, okay, I want to go off. Okay, we'll cancel it. We'll go off. Last time we had a bug. Hopefully they fixed it. I updated my phone on the app that we had Vintage Mom on. We were co-hosting her, and then another person came in, Sakona 72, and we were going to co-host her because she was like, okay, I'll co-host. And the app wouldn't let us co-host another person for some reason. It was weird. So yeah, so guys, keep that in mind. It's open and we can do it. Gilbert, my guy, how are you? How are you? How are you? Did I miss Shelly? I saw Shelly come in. Shelly said something in here, didn't she? And Shelly, I'm sorry if you're still here and I missed your thing, but I just remembered that you were here. Did I miss Shelly? Yeah, there she is. Usually this is why the bundle shipping is helpful, but now with all these postage fees, I don't know how that will work going forward. I've I we've I'm telling you, there's something that's being overlooked. I would love to do a live walkthrough with you. If you, I don't know if you have any shipments that you got to go, Shelly, if you're still here, but I would definitely uh, say that there's something that is not. I noticed that when I first started out, I would be using the option to bundle this package with the next package. I don't do that anymore. I just sent out to one person 8 individual boxes because when I used to add this shipment to that shipment, it changes the whole metric, and it then you've got to worry about your weight and the box size and everything else. I don't do that anymore. If you order items from me and Whatnot tells me to send you 30 boxes, guess what? You're getting 30 boxes. And a lot of people are like, why'd you send me so many boxes? Because that's how Whatnot told me to ship it. You just had your first month anniversary. Hi, there you go. There you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, I missed a question from. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hamza, where we go? Oh, how long you been reselling? 8 months, Hamza. I'm sorry. Like I said, I am horrible reading on a little bitty phone because I got bifocals. I'm an old guy. But that's why I got a big monitor in front of me here, and then I got my phone and I'm doing here. I now have a stand, a tablet stand that I'm going to be able to do when I can present everything standing up. I'm going to have OBS with a camera going behind me, so I'll have everything going that way, but that's in the near future. But yeah, it's hard. Even when you put the screen on slow, it's hard to catch up because people are still talking about something and you're lagging with the slow mode on when you're having the screen go slow. So unless you've got a big 55-inch TV that you could flip sideways and have it, huge for, well, at least for me, for I can see it, that's a challenge for me. Yeah, the chat goes extremely fast, especially if you got a lot of people in there too. It goes very, very fast. And then I get, I've had people say, "Oh, you didn't see my question. You're ignoring me. You're doing that." I'm like, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. It's not like on your phone, you only got what, maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches of chat that you see. And then if you have a bigger area, a bigger surface, you can see more. But on a phone, I got a 15 Pro Max, and that's as big as I can get unless I use a tablet. All right, I see people with the screen put on the side. I think Blazendary has that. Yeah, Blazendary has a screen behind him, and he has a screen like a monitor or a TV on the other side of it as well. And then I think he also has a computer to his left that he types on and scans on. Yeah, he's got the setup. Blazendary has got the setup. And that is where you want to try to strive to be and moving something really fast. He tries to listen to his chat and everything else, but if you get lost as a seller into your chat, you've lost control of your show. So is Shelly still here? Shelly, do you want to if you're here, Shelly, do you want to co-host? I want to get someone to co-host. Who's up for co-hosting? Who's up for co-hosting? What have you heard? Because I've been catching hell. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Heard post office will be changing how to do things on the measurements and weight. Yeah, I believe their contract with Whatnot originally was it didn't care about the box size. It was all about weight. Because if you notice on your labels, when you print out a label on a 4x6, on other platforms, Bay and Pashi, Under the carrier name to the far right, it has the package name, like if you're doing a flat rate or if you're doing whatever, you're doing ground, and it'll give you the size and weight. Whatnot was only doing weight, still is right now. But I think a lot of people are abusing it by sending on, you're sending, you know, you're saying 12 by 12 by 12, which is 1 cubic foot, but you're sending a 30 by 40, 30 by 20 by 15 box. And it just it eats up the space on the trucks for the carriers when they're thinking that they're getting a 12 by 12 by 12, and it leaves things behind. That's why you get items that are delayed. So a lot of stuff like that happens. So that's why they should be cracking down on that. But I've noticed and I've gotten away with, get your measurement as close as you possibly can and take a little hit on the charge if you have to. If you mess that up, you get 5 freebies a week, right? 5 oopsies. um, and you just got to start working more and more on that. Yes, and the reason the post office charges outrageous fees is because they don't know how to factor the whatnot discount. Oh, absolutely. You're paying you're paying the retail price when it comes to any overages. You're not getting a whatnot discount. Absolutely, because the whatnot discount is at quote unquote point of sale. When whatnot goes and buys that postage from the post office, not when the post office says, "Oh, you owe, so we're gonna go back and give you that same discount." No, 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 no. They're gonna like, well, you missed out. So here you go. Oh, I know. So we're looking for someone that wants to co-host, talk about your business, talk about your journey. Is there anyone out here that is willing to do that? Willing to do that? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, doesn't really matter, but just something that you can share with the chat as to what your journey may be, or if you're thinking about doing a journey and what your fears may be. We're here for you. We are here for you. So am I gonna have to rely on my old faithful over here? Speak to the YouTube watchers too. Yes, exactly. We are streaming live on YouTube, chat. So you will be YouTube famous, whatnot famous. You're getting it all. Getting it all. Vintage mom, I'm about to bring you in. I'm about to tap you in. We're gonna be doing some WWE here. I also heard that filling bins is good for because Google can pick up on descriptions now. Yeah, they've always been SEOing on your shop, so it is good. Well, it can be good. Let's put it that way, Manny's, because I have a bin that I fill up, but you can't buy anything off it unless I'm live. Okay, because I have everything reserved for an auction. Am I kicking myself in the feet? Maybe. But the way Whatnot has it separated in their system, it's very clunky and cumbersome. They need to be better on, if you have items that you want to put in your store, in your marketplace, this is the toggle you hit. Then if you want things just to carry over into your auction, this is the toggle you hit. But everything when you go live is going to be in your auction. Right now, you can't really do that. You either say, I want to buy it now, have it available for someone to buy, and then when you go live, you've got to change that listing or change those parameters to put it into your auction. I don't like that. So I just put everything. I go on enough to the point where I'll just advertise it myself. But when people come in and they come in from Google or from the web, and they see an item that's in my store that they're looking for, they can bookmark it and they'll get notified when I go live with it. So they'll come back in and maybe buy it at that time. So, but my shop Madam President, never, she's gone live 2 or 3 times. She's sold a ton of items just in her marketplace because everything's in the buy now. Nothing is set to reserve for an auction. So can you sell items not going live? Yes. Will you sell more going live? Yes. So you can make a trickling of income by having things in your bin, in your marketplace, but the platform is meant for you to be live. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And that you get people to send you offers. You get everybody to send you offers on in the bin as well too. So it's there's pros and cons to it both ways. But I got into a situation where I didn't know what I was doing when I first started, and I duplicated by mistake. I don't know how it happened. I duplicated a pair of shoes that someone bought, and then I had them also again in an auction, and someone's like, "I want to run those," and I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, I still got those because it got the picture here." Had to refund the money because the shoes are already sold. So that's when I was like, "Okay, no more until I really know everything." Yeah, sold a. Yep, exactly, exactly. So we did on a previous episode, we read the actual metrics that Whatnot uses to promote a seller in front of more eyeballs under you- uh, w- uh, what you I think is what it's called. What you've seen, uh, not who you follow or what you view, but it's like, oh, for you. It's like the for you thing, like the streams for you or whatever. This is based off of your history of what you normally looking for shows. Like if you go into mid-range fashion bags, most of the time they're gonna say, hey, these are some streamers that you haven't seen before. And what those metrics are is, one, you got to have a clean store. You got to have a clean account where you're not having 3 to 5 day shipping, and you've got below a 4.7 reviews, 4.7 average reviews, and it looked as though, and we couldn't put 100% certainty to it. It looked as though that if you have more shows scheduled out, it it shows that you're have the potential, or you be potentially going live more often. Therefore, they will bring you up that ladder and put you in front of more people that they can start bookmarking your shows. So that's what I've done. I've gone almost a month out in my streams, and I have noticed more people coming into my streams because of it. Well, I'm accounting it to that. Is that really what it is? I don't know. But when I changed it about 3 weeks later, I said had more people coming in. So if you schedule more shows, even if you don't know when you're going to do it. Like I'm a hybrid employee, so I go in every one week out of the month. So I usually don't stream on that week because it's just too tired. But I put the shows even in those weeks, and then when I start approaching that week, then I'll go in and edit that date and time and go from there. So get a blanket photo, put it in there. You don't got to put even any inventory in there. Just have the place marker for the show. That's what my advice would be to do. And having more listings in your bin will help too. Lady Kiana, how are you? Another mid range and the best of all, an Arizonan. Welcome in, Lady Kiana. How are you? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Lady Kiana, I've been asking, almost groveling, to other people to see if they want to share their experience thus far on Whatnot, things that you've started out doing, things that you've changed or tweaked. And I don't know if you're prepared for anything like that, or you're on the fly that way, or you're in a position or in an area that you can do that. If you're willing to, or anyone now, I'm not just talking to Lady Canna. If anyone wants to co-host, we will co-host, split screen it, and you guys can talk about what your goals are, what you want to do, stuff like that. And then we're also going to be doing a beta test on our spreadsheet as well too. So before we close out today, we're going to have get 3 people that are wanting to use it, play around with it, see if it breaks, and let us know what changes you guys would think would be cool to have on there, something that tracks your inventory as a seller too. Okay. So keep that in mind. Let me know, guys. What's going to be ready to go live on camera? Oh, who's going to be ready? Yeah, I'm already live on camera, so I'm putting my feet to the fire. I'm already here. I'm already here. Oh, like immediately, like now, I would, but been sick all day and going to put girls down. Oh, you're good. You're good. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. No pressure to anyone coming in. I'm just putting the offer out there. Putting the offer out there. The beta test crew has 3 spots open. That is correct. And guys, Cannabis X is my brother. To let you know, he is the tech of the family. He's an award-winning podcaster as well for the cannabis industry. So he knows how to engage people digitally, and that's what we're going to be doing and trying to help people go, because a lot of people are not using their social media, I myself included, of taking their shows that they have scheduled, pushing them over to social media, and getting people to come from social media over into your shows, getting that credit when someone signs up and they start using the whatnot. You get $5 credit, or 5 credits. I don't know if you can't say dollars, but you get 5 credits, right? Well, that's just free spending money that gets more inventory if you think about it. So yeah, he's really good at that, and we're prioritizing what's next, and I'm trying to get the stream down, which is going to be the OBS. That's our next hurdle. I have an off-topic question for Cannabis. Go for it. I want to see what he Cannabis. You want to go? You want to go co-host, or are you shy, Mister Podcaster? Nah. Okay. Are you at an event? All right. So, Vintage Mom, what is your question for Cannabis X? Ooh, like doing like Twitch? You mean? Yeah, OBS and Twitch, but you've got to have the peripherals. Like we went through a couple video capture cards, and I think I just picked the right one. He's like, "I like this video card, man. You get a good one." And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to use this one. You go buy another one." I'm like, "Okay," but it's all about the latency, especially with gaming. You want when you pull that trigger, you want that to fire. So you've got to have the right peripherals, the right equipment that connects to the web, and your internet, your backbone, your internet connection really is the biggest key. Um, yeah, if you're going on live, you want to do that as well. Yeah, that's correct. Do you feel that it's needed to promote on other? No, no, not at all. Here's why, and this is I used to Shirley, I used to, but I started going into a podcast. I'm gonna put them in here, okay? I'm gonna announce this. Uh, Guy's name is Jarrett. He does podcasts every Sunday, but he's on the East Coast. He does them 5 a.m. my time, and he very, very, very intelligent person, very successful here on Whatnot, and his background is human psychological behavior, and having that insight and him telling you the insights of why he starts everything at a dollar, that he's successful with it. Why you want to start things at a dollar is because the psychological behavior behind it. um and when you hear him explain that, and you take the endowment effect, that's a term that's used in psychological of people taking ownership of something. When you use those principles in your show, it starts it starts to be like wildfire to go through. So people are saying, "Oh, here on my stream, why don't you uh sponsor $15?" And I still have one. I have a Starbucks gift card in my chat, which I need to be deleting. That people want to expose themselves, bless the chat with a $5 Starbucks card and promote yourself in the show. What you're doing is, in essence, you're spending money on a what if to get followers. Followers you want, yes, to eventually convert, but you want to spend that money on buyers, right? Because if they buy something from you, you're making a profit, hopefully. So instead of using that as marketing dollars to people that are not buying from you, but may come in your stream because they like you, entertainment aspect of it, which is great, but it's not in a business sense, not what you really want to do. You want to spend that money on, let's say, buyer giveaways. So let's say you were ready to spend $50 on Bless the Chat for whatever, and tell the chat who you are, what you do for 5 minutes. After that's gone, what do you have? You have nothing. You have, well, maybe I'm going to see those people, and I don't even know who they are, but maybe they'll come follow me. But if you spent $50 on one gift, two gifts, three gifts, five gifts, 10 gifts, and handed those out to your buyers as buyers giveaways, would your buyers be more cemented to coming back and say, wow, this guy gives me gifts and gives nice gifts at that? Would that be a better spend of your money? That's what he talks about, and that's what he's like, dude. He goes, I don't give giveaways out. I'll If someone raids me, I'll let them raid, and I'll tell them you can tell the chat about what your business, but it doesn't do anything for you. Yep, doesn't do anything for you. It's basically ego marketing, basically. Like you guys all know, I'm sure you know who Cool Kicks is, right? He's like probably the number one guy here doing this stuff. And they got people saying, oh, I'm gonna, $200, $300, and that money goes to him, guys. It goes to him. And those people that are in this chat, 7,000 people, they're not remembering you. Well, you're promoting them more so than you're promoting yourself. They're like, people are go there as gibby goblins to try to get a chance to win a free Travis Scott or a free shoe, whatever. Nothing against their system and how they're doing it. It's working for them, but that money that you would spend to bless the chat with a $2-300 pair of shoes would be well more used if you're a new streamer, or have limited on income, to put towards inventory or put towards your actual buyers. And actually Vintage Mom was doing that. She was running what, I think 70 to $80 Coach wristlets at like $30. Okay, those people that bought those items for that screaming deal, they're gonna remember Vintage Mom, and they're gonna come back and be like, what else you got? Okay, but they bought something from her, and now it wasn't a giveaway it wasn't just something that's lost in the wind. It's something that they tangibly now have and say, wow, this is brand new. It's a wrist that I got at a super deal, and here we are. You think it's good? This is from Revi Bebby. Do you think it's good to run consistent buyer giveaways? I don't think you need to run consistent buyer giveaways. I am restructuring my reward system now, um, to give more discounts. They're going to be lower discounts, but they'll be more frequently. I want to encourage more spending. Okay. Um, and in order to do that, I think I would rather spend money on giving a discount to my buyers than doing that. But I don't run more than maybe 3 to 4 buyers giveaways. At the very end of my show, I'll do like a 2 or 3 buyer giveaway where it's like a winner pick. And if I have those three still, and someone picks one of them, I have two left, I'll run those two, and after those two, we're done. So yeah, I don't think you need to. If you have good products and the buyers like you and they're there because of your products and I don't think there's any more that you got to do to entice them to keep buying from you. You just want to show that you're appreciative of them, in my opinion, of giving them either giveaways or discounts, like percentages off of a purchase. I'm new. How do you run discounts? You have to qualify. I don't know what the actual qualifying criteria is, and Vintage Mom, you may be able to speak to this because you just got released to that. You have to qualify for the rewards program, and then you can, if you're not qualified for the rewards program, you can make coupons and put those into your show notes until you have the rewards program. The rewards program is like an automatic loyalty program where you watch so much, you attend so much, you buy so many items, or you spend so much money, you have different tiers that you can climb up to. And that is what I'm tweaking to make mine crazy insane. But if you are new and you aren't qualified for that, I believe you still can make coupons. And Vintage Mom, I don't know if you can correct me on that. It's been a while since I've done that, but I believe that that would be the only other way to do it is be to offer to create coupons in your under your marketing tab in Seller Hub. I think it's 1,000 in sales. That's what I okay. So yeah, so if you get $1,000 in sales, not 1,000 items sold, but get $1,000 in gross sales, that's when they unlock the rewards uh, program. And we're coming, and the rewards program locks you in. Whatever you put into that rewards program, it locks you in for 3 months for a quarter. So this is changing September 2nd now. So whatever my rewards program was last month, if I feel it wasn't doing well, I can tweak it, change it, add to it, subtract from it, whatever. But when I publish it, I'm locked in for that quarter. Uh, Cannabis like a what not pre-Halloween stream with 31. Okay, I'm coming in the tail end of that. Shirley, when new, are you better putting everything in your store or buy it now? Or attach it to a show to try to get pre-bids. Um, when you say better off, I guess it all depends on what you're selling, what category you're in, and what you're really selling. If you are not, my opinion would be, if you're not going live very frequently, you might be better off having the 24 island silent salesperson, i.e. your marketplace, sell those items for you and have them shown, have them getting SEO search results on them and stuff like that. But if you're going on frequently, you'll be listing more than you're worried about what is listed in your show, because you'll sell out. I got 15 bags in the last 2 days. I've got like two left. And I'm like, okay, I got to buy some. Now I'm getting, my worry now is getting more inventory because I run out. So that is the worry that you'll have. I would like to try a raid train. Raid trains are good. I started out doing raid trains. I actually was doing them and coordinating them. Coordinating them is a pain in the butt. But raid trains, it's good to get your name out there. I personally think the best way for you, if you're a new streamer, if you have people that you are going in buying from currently, and you are in their streams often, ask them if you can be a moderator. When you become a moderator, people are going to see that, oh, Revy Bebby is, a funny person. They're quick witted. They're very detail oriented. Whatever they pick up on when you're talking in the chat or you're doing whatever you're doing as a moderator. Then you'll get people following you just from you moderating in their channel, in their business, right? So I did that and got a ton of followers, and that's how I started building my business even more, by going into other streamers that I was buying from, and I'm buying for inventory for myself, and I'm moderating, and I'm saying, okay, I'm listening to them. Okay, next we're gonna run this football. It's a Wilson football, and I'm typing in their new with tags Wilson football and posting it, giving the host feedback, because as a moderator you can send a hidden message to one another. Well, they can't respond back to you, but as a moderator I can send a host a hidden message that the chat doesn't see, by saying, hey, you got a disruptive person over here, do you want me to kick them? You have the ability to kick people out of a show, all that kind of stuff. But as the moderator, you want to show the respect and to that host of saying, these are your customers. You let me know if you want to kick them. I'll kick them, and we'll go from there. Uh, I don't know. We're gonna answer right. Oh yeah, yeah. We did. We were trying to do a we tried to elevate the raid train, and I think it can be done that way, but we were trying to do Zoom calls and saying, hey, because a lot of people were new and they didn't understand the they didn't understand the power of the rate train, in my opinion, and they didn't understand that if you break the train, it's over, game over. And we had one person break the train, and it wasn't intentional. It was, it was going on there, but no one would attend. Well, a few people would only attend the training, if you will, on how we wanted to explain things to them, and then we got the result. Rate train accountability, yes, yeah. If I want to be successful, I run my business the way I want it to be successful. If you're just a hodgepodge part timer, but you're saying, "Hey, I want to be part of the rate train," are we gonna have the same accountability? Not really, and that's what we ran into some people with. And it's not a problem. It's just it didn't match what we wanted to move forward with. So I stopped doing them for right now, but I probably will go back and do them. But I would have a criteria of who I would do it with. And you see that with big sellers that are doing it. But again, the rate train, the way most rate trains are evolving now, is that if you want to be a part of the rate train, you've got to put up a 25. You got to give the raters, you got to give the people on the trade something, right? You got to give them something, and usually a gift card, a Starbucks gift card, $10, $15, $20. So again, you're still spending money on people that haven't spent money with you yet, in the hopes of having them following you, like you, and go from there. So the raid train as well is still, it's a way to, it's a tool that you can use to try to get more people into your shows or into your marketplace, but that money can be spent better in other areas. Yeah, yeah. The rules for whatnot are pretty lax on the raid trains, and it's pretty much you just follow the same rules you would if you're on your own show going live. Let's find you the perfect source of items. Yeah, that's sourcing is key. It's key. It is paramount. 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 So what else? What are some other questions you guys have? Do you guys have sourcing questions? Like, how do you guys source? Do you source on Facebook? Do you do RA retail arbitrage or online arbitrage? Um, how do you guys source your items? What happens if you're from Shirley, excuse me? What happens if you're new and no one stays in your live for you to raid into the next person? You should just try and keep them with giveaways. No, 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 no. I personally wouldn't do that. If you're new and people are like, okay, we're end of our show, I personally just wouldn't announce that we're at the end of our show. You want to do your raid like pretty quick because you want to put people over there, because when you do a raid, that is almost like an unspoken of people saying, "Oh, well, they're nice enough to send us their people. So yeah, I want to follow these people because they seem to be nice individuals." Again, that rate costs you nothing, so I would rate someone. But at the end of your show, or even before you end the show, I tell my people, "Hey guys, stay with me. I'm going to show you someone that you probably haven't seen. They sell X, Y, and Z, or I don't know what this person sells, but they're in this category. Let's see what they're all about. Give it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. We rate them, and they usually stay for that rate. And if they don't like it, or they got something else that they're going to do, they'll leave that stream, but they'll at least let me rate with something. But in the beginning, it was rough, because most of the people that would leave your before you when you're going to your raid usually didn't buy anything from you, but your buyers would stay with you and do that. You can raid yourself in. What do you mean by that, mammies? I don't understand that one. Where it's almost like A handoff. Yep. The raids are just like a handoff. And cannabis on whatnot, a raid is when once, yep, you're explaining that. Okay. Sure, Shirley, I joined a few raid trains, but I've done 4 lives and can't seem to keep anyone in. So I'm worried I'm going to mess up their train. Now, don't focus on that part of the situation because that's going to be your roadblock, in my opinion. If you don't put a lot of emphasis on how many people you have to raid, even if you got to raid one person, it's so you completed a raid. That's okay. Don't worry about the number of people that you're raiding. Put it to you this way: would you rather have, as a seller, we're gonna get to the raids in a second. Would you rather have, as a seller, 8 people in your show that are buying from you, or would you rather have 200 in your show but only 3 are buying from you? Which would you rather have? Right. So if you've got 8 people in your show, that's okay. That's great. A lot of sellers say, "Oh, if I had more people, I'd run this for this, whatever." I've made hundreds of dollars off of 8 to 10 people. Okay, those people that buy from you will allow you to take them with a handoff to another seller, even if they know that they're gonna. Once you drop me in, I'm leaving. Okay, that's fine. But they're going to give you that opportunity because they like you, they like the products you have. So they're like, okay, I'll do this for you. It's just an unspoken thing that they're going to do. So if you're having a problem with people that are not letting you, are not staying with you to raid, they probably weren't buying from you. Okay. So once you get those buyers that are buying from you, that like you, they will start going over into your raids. But don't worry about that. It takes time to get those people because people, it takes them some time to get warm to you and then trust you. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Again, if you got to raid one person, if you don't complete a raid, that's okay. But if you're on a raid train, you want to have a raid, obviously. But don't worry about that. The other way you can do it too, guys, is a very inexpensive way that I learned too, is have you guys ever promoted yourself on Whatnot? And before you're like, I'm not spending that. Let's hear me out. Did you know you can promote yourself for $5 an hour and get a lot of people in your chat for $5 an hour? Anybody? Give me a W if you knew that. Anyone? That's how I also built my business. That was instead of me going and sponsoring myself to another streamer, I dug into Whatnot's terms of service and I started playing around the app. If you go in your promote tools and you want, I can show you right now. I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna show you. Give me some W's if you guys have never heard of this, if you've never thought of this, just give me some W's, please. Or else, if you guys already know, there's no need for me to turn it around. Okay, let me get this a little bit centered here. So if I want to, I can promote this show right now. Okay, I would go to my promote. Here's my promote. I could run a 15-minute promote. I could run a promote the full show. So if I wanted to promote my full show, it's gonna say right off the back, hey, $25 in an hour, you'll get 375 impressions, 375 to 625 impressions. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to spend $25. I don't know if I'm gonna sell anything. I'm a new seller. I'm not want to spend that. So most people are like, I'm done. But you take this slider, you take it all the way over there to 5. You still get 75 people to 125 people in 1 hour. Okay. Now, if you are a new seller, can you afford $5 spending taking $5 of profit out of your stream? 24 collects. What's going on, brother? Welcome in. This is feasible. Okay, I do streams for 3 hours. That's $15, chat. $15. And let's say you're at $75, 150. So what is that? 225. 225 people to see you in 3 hours as a new seller. That's way less than any kind of sponsoring you're gonna do. Okay. Now, when you do this, Revy, when you do this, what's really cool, you're gonna freak out that this little icon up here that's red, it'll be yellow, and you're gonna see all these yellow things streaming into all these little yellow marks on your chat because these are people that are coming in from a promoted show. Okay. Yes, Haas, they do. Yes, they sleep on the promoted show. I do this very, very, very often. Okay, for $5, $15, it's insane how many people will come in there. Now, if you don't want to do this, you're like, okay, I don't want. I may stream for 5, 6, 8, 7 hours. I don't want to spend that kind of money. Great. Then you go up here to the right hand corner. Set duration. Last it the entire time, or you can untoggle it and create your hours. How many hours do you want to do? You can even do in half hours. Okay. So this is a tool that's extremely underutilized. Okay. But you know, it's again, you just got to go through and see what's in the app. Yes, my brother is here. Cannabis is my brother 24. So guys, I was telling you, utilize that. That is this huge to do. And the other thing, let's see, was it under promote? Now, if you boost a show, this gives you a boot. That's just a mini boost, okay? And that's going to cost you. You can do the same thing if you wanted to. If you hit boost show, you can set your own parameters of how much money you want to spend. I want to spend $5 to boost my show. Raise is going to tell you because they want to get your money, but raise your bid for more noticeable lift in impressions because this impressions is unquantified. Okay, but it's for a 15-minute period. In my opinion, if you spend $5, take it for an hour. You follow me? So this one here, promote your full show, is what I would do if you're a new seller. That is the best marketing dollars in my opinion, because what's going to happen then is that then when people are searching on whatnot and they're just sitting in here because over here to the left, I'm on the computer, but over here, this is in the center of your phone normally. It's for you. These are the things for you. These are the people that are for you. Electronics, mid range fashion bags, etc. Okay, but then you have your followed hosts as well. But when you start scrolling here and you see you got your premier shops, right? If you see anything that says sponsored next to the username or next to the under the title, that's a person that's promoting their show. Like I'm gonna try to find one here. Let's go. Not many people are promoting right now. Popular shows, we got those, right? No one is sponsoring. That is so strange. Before I saw so many people that had sponsored next to their name. I don't have any sponsors. Wow. Maybe if I just do a search. If I do a search for let me search for plants. How many people are how many people are sponsoring plant shows? No one. Okay, maybe that's the wrong one to do. But let's do diecast. Oops. Is that two words or one? There we go. Diecast. So if we do diecast, that's the NASCAR diecast and shows, right? We've still got no sponsors. So just on this search alone, chat, if you're doing that $5 sponsorship, you and no one else is sponsoring in that category that you're in, you're going to be in a higher area of visibility than anyone in this third or fourth row. You're going to be like in the first or second row as a sponsored seller. Um, can I even type in sponsored? Will they even show that? Let's see, sponsored. No, guys, there's people are it's underutilized in my opinion. So I would toy around with that. Absolutely, I would toy around with that. Sports cards have one. You want me to do sports cards? Yeah, a lot of people will do that sponsorship in there. You're right. So live shows, no sponsorships there. Show categories, users, all products. Let's do the shows. I don't know unless they change something. I don't see the sponsored shows.
Collect says the first one I see has one.
The first one you see where? Maybe it's just on phones. Maybe. Actually, let me see here on my phone. Let's see. Let's go here. Premiere. And then they have another. They have a new category chat on the phone. Shows with momentum. Okay, so these are like sellers maybe that are getting more traction. So you want to be there, and they have this little carousel that you have all the that they put all the streamers in. But I'm still not seeing under here any of that. So let me go back. So let's do sports cards.
So Mammy saying, what does that mean? Sorry, I missed it the first time.
Sure, give me 1 second, mammy. Sports card shows.
And Collect says it's under the title.
Yeah, but mine, I'm not seeing any under sports cards at all yet. Hmm. Okay, so mammy, what happens is here. Let me just do this. I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna show you. Okay, we're gonna promote this show right now. We're gonna promote it. Okay, we're gonna promote it. So I'm gonna promote this show for $5. Oops, make sure you're all the way over there. $5. I'm gonna get in a potential impressions of 75 to 125 people. We have 14 people in here right now, right, chat? 14 people, okay? So now I'm going to review my details. And it's going to say, hey, you want to change your budget. Your budget's low. Get it to at least $20. I'm like, no, I'm good. Keep as is. Okay. So it says how long. Oh, you know what I'm going to do it when we go back. We're going to do it as a duration because I don't want to do it for 3 hours. I won't be here 3 hours. We're going to do it as a duration. I'm going to do it for an hour. Okay. I can't do it for less than an hour. Well, I can do it for a half hour if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Um, Maybe let's try a half hour because it's a podcast. I'm not going to make any money off it. So spend 250 versus $5. All right. So we do it for that half hour. And here's your like right here. Duration is a half hour. Total $202.50. Okay. I'm telling you, it's insane. You got to go through and hit it. Review details. Nope. I'm keeping the budget right there. Keep as is. Half hour, $5, $2.50 is what's going to cost you. Okay. Start promotion. And I'm live chat. You can do this anytime. If you do a duration of an hour and it's not going on, now I turn yellow, right? So if anyone's searching for me, I'm gonna be a yellow. I'm gonna have a yellow tag under my moniker, under my title for this show. And we were at 14 people. Now we're at 13 people. Let's just see how many people come in and pop their head in. Okay. And then in this chat, when people start to join, it's going to have yellow little ticks next to their name saying it was from a promoted show. Okay. So let's just see what it does.
Does that also depend on what category you're in for them coming into you?
Yeah, because yeah, we're under the community category, and it may not be as beneficial in the under the community category because that's not a big category that people are really ready to go see. But let's just go take a look at the community category. So if we go back to community, and where's the? Oh, we're gonna browse community. It's gonna be and whatnots community. Look at that right there. Here's my Ultra show. Still not showing on my computer though for some reason. Here's our show. We've got 13 people in here live. These are the other people that are in there. It's still not showing me as being promoted. So there it is right now. Oh, look. Here we go. Here we go. Go back. See all these now these are people coming in from the promotion right here. Okay. Welcome in, guys. This is showing how our people that are new that can come in, and you don't see this on the backside, but I see it as a host. Okay. So this is what you'll see that Gruball came in from your promotion. So now you know that your dollars are working for you. We got another one. Okay. That's what you'll see, chat.
Your
Now look
$2.50.
for $2.50, right? Now just think about selling something. But now look here. We got 15 people in the room now. Okay. 15 people. And all you're doing is promoting for $5 an hour. I'm I got $2.50 and I got three people so far. We're doing it for a half hour. Okay. And again, this is like only visible to you. So guys, this is what you're missing out on when it comes to getting your, if you're new or even if you're seasoned, getting your show in front of more eyeballs. Because the algorithm within Whatnot is saying, hey, they're spending money with me, Whatnot. Let's put them in front of more eyeballs because I want them to sell something. Okay. Yeah, by all means, do that. I will. And next week, Tuesday, please come back and let me know how it worked for you. Okay, but that is what you do. This little sidebar here, chat, is your friend. Okay, you want to make sure also you want to have file you want to have show notes. Make you some show notes. Talk, give people a little bit about who you are, about what your show is about, your cancellations, what have you. You want to have show notes. I wish they made this to a point where this will be a drop down and that you can save a show note and put it in anything. That's still cumbersome. I gotta do it. I have it on my notepad in my computer, and I gotta paste that into every show. But as they grow, they'll get better. Um, but yeah, so this is something that will work for you. And again, it's dependent on your category, okay? And usually within this promotion tool, it'll tell you you can see the differences of the category with your impressions. So right now we've got estimate impressions at three people saw that. We saw three people came in, right? And we got 25 minutes left to go. We've spent 18 cents. Okay. For three people to see that. So if you are new and you've got something that's unique and you're selling something really inexpensive, what have you, isn't that a great way to spend $2.50 to get the opportunity? Now you're getting an opportunity to sell someone versus you sponsoring something is just saying, come follow me. You're getting a chance to recoup your money versus just saying, oh, I hope you follow me. Okay. So those are the things that I've learned by listening to other podcasters, listening to reading the stuff to YouTube, guys. Your playbook is right here. Your playbook to know everything about Whatnot is, where the heck did they go? Switch to selling. Is in the terms of service, guys. Seller resources. Okay. Seller resources is your playbook. Yes, I can sell you and tell you everything about Whatnot and charge you because information is money. But your resources, you hit help. You get this here. You would hit the help. You got your cool kicks because they're kicking butt, right? And then you would just go to Seller Help Center, and here you go. This is your Grail right here. This is your Grail. And you can go in, you can find about anything and everything. You got a search bar up here if you want to search something. Okay. Go in and search what you need to have here because they tell you everything you need to know. I know it's cumbersome. It is not ideal. They're going to get there, but they have a lot of moving parts in this platform. So in the interim, just go through here on some time that you just want to, you pick a topic and go search it out. Okay. Scan YouTube.
Read your chat. Marissa Closet.
No, you can, Marissa. If you want to promote, you're more than welcome to promote. To promote. Okay. Um,
Marissa.
but we're talking about promotion as well. Mars, is it Marsa? This will be your best way to promote. And if you stream, do this process, because just you telling us what you do, it's important, but effectiveness is spinning it and getting people in your chat while you're live to have the opportunity to sell them something that you have. Okay. All right. So let me get out of
I
this.
just looked at Marissa's profile,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, "Be sure to bookmark our upcoming shows so you don't miss us. See you there." Why don't you tell her about the bookmark that?
Oh, Marsa. So Shot Madam was just talking about your. She went to your show. You may want to try to do one of these when you, because you're asking people to bookmark your shows. A lot of people don't do that, in my opinion. But if you make a placeholder like this, it says ultra authentic, like Marsa is live, and you set it for an insane amount of money, okay, and you put a photo like says do not bid. This place marker, this item that's in your bin for sale, they people can come over here and bookmark it. Okay, I can't bookmark it because it's my own. If they bookmark this or any other item in your store, whenever you go live, they are notified that you are going live. But this says it differently, because if you bookmarked this photo, hand painting porcelain wall is going live, you'd be like, what the hell? What are you talking about? But I'm saying here, when you get a notification, it says Ultra Authentic is live. You're like, oh, I know Ultra. Let me go. What's he doing? What's he got? What does he got today? Okay. If you do this and then tell the people, and you can bookmark my shows if you want to, but if you really want to know when I'm here, because sometimes I do live pop-ups that are not planned that you may not be here, bookmark this listing. And whenever I go live, you will be notified. If I pop up, if I got a show in 6 months, whatever, you'll know that I go live. I've got like 51 bookmarks on this thing here. Okay. And again, I should have more, but it's there. So it's better to go live on a computer or phone. For me, it's computer. It's computer. It's what I don't like on the phone is the phone is really meant for you to systematically go through each of your listings in the auction. Because how many of you guys seen the run next button and you get screwed on that run next button because it runs the next item versus you wanting to stay on a particular marker that you're on. So I I manually do it. Like I will say, if I want to run this one instead of me being on my phone, I'll click this one here. I will say start auction. I'll change the price. What I'm gonna do, change my time, and to put my recounter here, and then hit start auction. Okay. But on the phone, if this sold, it'll say run next, and it'll go to this. It'll go to this item when maybe that's not the item that I want to do, because I don't have a big enough area where I've got the purse here, I got the backpack here, I got this here, and I'm just showing everything that's going back and forth. Okay. So it all depends on your setup and what you got. Yeah. Yeah, that's the laptop over there. I got it all. We got I'm device goofy. And then if you like going hands free, I'll show you another device. Where'd that go? No. Gotta have the neck mount, chat. Gotta have the neck mount. Okay. Get the neck mount. You want to go hands free. That way you can have the phone attached to the MagSafe here. You got the phone looking down, and you're just talking with both your hands, i.e., like for jewelry. You can do purses that way too, but purses you can pretty much do whatever. But
Hang tags.
hang tags, yeah. Hang tags have been really, really important, because Normally, I face the phone, right? Normally, I'm like this on the phone, but psychologically, it's better to have it the way I just did it because you now I'm my real estate of what I'm trying to sell you is not me. It should be my product. Okay. So I'm trying to incorporate in my little office that I have currently here how I can have my phone or have my a camera on the product and I still can be up here and you can see me and that's OBS. Okay. I've got GoPro cameras that I'm going to be putting up in front of my racks. You're going to see that the bigger part of the screen is going to be my product and then you're going to have a little itty bitty square in the top that's going to have Jesse up there. Okay. But you want to show your phone the phone area of your product is your storefront. When people see me and the product, if I'm not feeling well and I have a bad facial expression, that can influence you on not buying. So if you don't see me and you just hear my voice and you see the product, I'm removed out of the scenario,
out of the still focused on
right.
the item.
You're focused on the item. Okay.
Says Postmarks.
Poshmark, yeah.
Poshmark does that.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a learning curve because a lot of people that sell mid-range fashion bags have themselves in the shot, right? Because we're going to hold it, go from there. But to now look through your phone and have the bag, in front of a phone, that's a whole game changer, chat. Because it's hard to get the depth perception of what the phone is, everything like that. So that's why for me, I'm gonna like, yeah, here's the camera. Look at the product. You want to see it, then I'll bring it around and I'll show it in front of that camera and go from there, and then hit my buttons on my tablet and everything else and go from there. Yeah, a lot of people do like to see that, and that may be because you're accustomed to it. But if everyone was doing it that way, you wouldn't you wouldn't say anything because really, if you think about it, we've already been trained to not see anyone and see the product only, Amazon, and we bought and they're a billionaire, right? So it's nice that you can connect human to human and see someone. Yes, I agree with you there. But subconsciously, we're already programmed to focus on the product, and some people will are fine focusing on the product, but can get sidetracked and um, influenced by our micro expressions. So that will use market share with the whatnot innovation. Yes, they are. Well, a lot of people are still buying from Amazon still and selling it on here too, though. But yeah, they are. They are. So I hope that was an eye opener for you guys. Those are just little tidbits that we're putting together. We're I am the doer. Cannabis is the teacher. This lets you guys know. He has the patience to teach. I don't. I have the patience to tell you about what's. I'll give you the cliff notes. I'm a cliff note guy. I'm a land the plane. Okay, because I can wrap my head around something and tell you what it is. But my cannabis, he can feed you little nibbits here and there, and we're putting together classes that people can try to do, not just for whatnot, just in terms of general e-commerce, and that's gonna be coming up pretty soon as well too. So let me just turn this back around real quick. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek of uh, the spreadsheet. Okay, let me pull this back a little bit. And did you guys know your phone can zoom in? You can do a pinch zoom on some phones that have the third camera. Did you know that? I didn't until Green 13 told me. So this is my spreadsheet. Okay, it is on Google Drive, or Google Sheets rather. Right. And you're not gonna be able to see the wording that well here. Okay, but I'm just gonna show you what it will do. So when you first get it, once we get done with beta, you've got your first tab at the bottom here. You got your first tab, which is going to be your FAQs and instructions. Tells you about the formatting, how it exists, how you can not break it. What you want to do is when you get it, you want to create another blank copy because you want to do it for each year, right? So if you have 2025, you can't, and you only have one copy, you're like, oh, I got to go back and delete everything I had in 2025 to go to 2026. So it tells you all that stuff here, okay? And it's very basic, chat. The next one is going to be, let's say we're in January of 20 whatever, and you buy, and you go to, I don't know, you go to Kohl's, right? Kohl's is your vendor. You've got the here it says double click to add something. So if you double click it, you can add the Kohl's or just type it in there. Oh, sorry, this is the date. Excuse me. Sorry. Here's the date. So it pops in the date. Then my vendor, I'm gonna put in for Kohl's. Oops. Okay. And say I went to Kohl's and I bought, I don't know, I bought five purses. I bought five purses, and out of those five purses, I spent my receipt says I spent $250. Okay, that's my total cost that I spent there. Then it tell the system will tell me. I gotta get a little closer for you. The system, the this it automatically averages your cost of goods. We got another person from promotions, Danielle. Welcome in. Appreciate you for stopping by. So you've got your average cost of good is $50 a purse I paid, right? Here's my total average cost here. So as I start out, yes, my hard cost, I need to sell this purse for at least $50 or more, right? Okay. But let's say I have this in here multiple times and I'm going to be coming over here and I'm going to, doesn't matter the vendor, but say I spent, I did 25 items and I spent $900. Okay. I got a $36 average cost of goods. Now we're at $38 total on 30 units. You follow me? 25 plus 5 is 30 units. Now I'm at $38. Not at 50 anymore when we first started out. So the more product that you purchase, your average cost of goods starts to go down if you're buying quantity bulk, if you're buying a lot of stuff. And again, your purchase price will affect your average cost of goods. Let's say I went to on Facebook and I got three purses, and the person's like, "Yeah, just give me $20 for the three purses." Great. So now I got $20 and three purses on that transaction was $6.67. But now I got 33 units, and my average cost of good is $35. So if I'm starting out and I've got these purses, can I sell them? Oh wait, let me back up. Let me back up because we've built in whatnot fees too. So on the bottom here, you got a summary tab. If you hit the summary tab, this is for just for the month of January. Your average cost of goods in January for the purchase that you made is $35.46. Well, can I sell this for $35.46 and be profitable? No. Why? Because you have fees. So here is your fees for whatnot. Here's your real cost, but then if you add in the 18% commission and the 30-cent transaction fee per item, we're not multiplying on all the items just on one transaction. You need to be at $43.54 to break even. But as this increases, as your no your spend increases, your average cost of goods actually goes down. Okay. So we're wanting to get people in here to start using this. It will shed light and give you some insights as to how big business does their accounting. And I think once you see that, you'll be like, okay, I understand it now. So if you are chosen for beta, if you make a mistake on something, you don't want to delete it from this column, the ACG. This is where the formula is at. You want to delete anything off of what you entered, which would be the either units or costs. You can delete that, delete that, delete that, delete this, delete this, delete this. If you delete it over here, you'll be deleting this formula that's up here that gives you your average cost. Okay. So, and the FAQs tell you all about that. So this is what I've put together to try to help some people, because, and for myself, because it was hard to try to, you know, put on, you know, your receipts, and you're like, what I do here, what I do there. With the Google Sheets, you can download the app on your phone. You can, and when you're out shopping, you can do everything you need to do right on the fly, and it's all there, and you'll have a track of your inventory. So if you guys think that's beneficial, you know, let me know. And if you want to be a part of the beta test, we will be more than happy to do that with you guys. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go back here. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back here. So we set that impressions under this category for a half hour, right? So where are we at? So we've got 7 minutes left. 23 people have seen my thumbnail. Maybe not have come in, but they've seen it. And and right now, within the 7 minutes, we've spent $1.54. All right. So how many people have you guys had as a new seller in your stream, or has seen has that you can quantify that have seen your place marker? Telling you guys, use this promote tool. You don't need to spend a grip of cash doing it. Okay. All right. You guys have any questions? We've been on for what? We've been on an hour and a half. So, does anyone at this point want to go live and do a quick screen share? When you purchase a promotion for an upcoming show, can you edit the parameters of it? No, you're not purchasing it for the future. You're purchasing it for when you go live. So yes, just like you saw, I was live and I went on, and I did I set my promotion. Once I say okay, hit it. I The only way to do it is I can't even cancel it. It's, well, I can end it. I can end it right here. You can stop it, but, or edit it. I guess you can. They've made those corrections here. So right here, you can end it. You can edit it if you want to edit it, and change change your money, change your duration. You can do that. Um, I don't know if that answers your questions. Yeah, you can change it. You can end it. You're like, this isn't working out. I don't want to spend, $5. You can end it. You can do all that. Yeah. hmm So yeah, that is power, guys. Let's see. What else can we tell you guys? Any questions? You're very welcome. Very welcome. Any other questions? Any comments? Oh, one more. I'm gonna tell you one thing. At least once a week, check your app store for an app update with Whatnot. They changed this app and they update it so frequently. I don't know if people have been here that saw the change when they started putting the you had an upper right hand corner that you had the text messages in, then they changed it one week and put it down on the other side. They're like, where'd it go? So keep an eye and always update your app, because you will be at the best possible scenario to run your shows if you're using your phone to do that. Okay. Sapphire. Once an inventory is pinned during a show and previous purchases were made, can you edit the price for the next item in the same inventory? Let me read that again. Once an inventory is pinned during a show and previous purchases were made on that same item, I'm assuming, can you edit the price for the next item in the same inventory for the same show too? I'm a little, can you clarify that a little bit more? I'm assuming if I ran something in one show for $10 can I edit that item to reduce the price in that show? If that's the case, then it's a yes, because if you would do this, I'm in my, it doesn't matter what tab you're in. You've got, when you go live, you've got your auction tab. Okay. You've got your auction tab, you got your offers. So this is where people would be like, give me your pre, if you got pre-bids, you got to hit here. This would be like, we have any pre-bids? No, no pre-bids, right? But if you're saying that, let's say you ran this purse at $90, so I make inventory as a random pull, but decide to change from 5 to 10. Oh yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. So let's say this Starbucks is my random pull, and it doesn't matter if you're in buy now or auction. And I hit product action, and I come and this pops up in the middle. At least on the computer, I don't know how it is on the phone. The phone is a little bit different, but I use a computer because I like the flow. Okay, or when I say the computer, I use a web browser. So if you're on a tablet, you would use the web browser versus the app, in my opinion. So I can edit this item. It gives me the title. I can switch it to an auction. I can switch it to a giveaway. I can change the title. I can change the description. I can change the price from $15. I want to make it $50. Okay. I change the price, and I come down to the bottom and I hit confirm. And now the price is $50. Now on the phone, I'm not the guy to tell you how to do that. If you're using a phone to do that, I use the browser, the web based browser, when I go selling, when I go live. Does that answer your question? Okay. I believe there's a way to do it. You had to hit the ellipsis in the item. Um, so like I'm on my phone. I'm on my other phone now, right? I'm gonna try to walk you through this. So I'm on the phone here. If you use a phone, and I'm gonna go over here to my bin, right? And if I'm in my bin and I want to change the price again, I want to change the price on that Starbucks card, which is your random givey, right? I would hit the ellipsis here, the three little dots. I would hit that. It asks me on the bottom to edit listing, run as an auction, or flash sale. I would hit edit listing, and then it gives me the same options that you saw a little bit of, but a different layout of what I can change. You can still change the price and everything else. You just gotta go find the price, and the pricing is right there. Just past it. You can change it to buy it now. You can change it to auction. You can change it to giveaway, and you can just go in here, and I'm gonna put it back at $15. At $15, and you keep going up, and save changes at the bottom here, and I've changed it, and now it's at $15 in my bin. Okay. Shirley, one last question. I am scheduled in numerous categories because I am trying to downsize. Will will that hinder my progress with shows? Okay. My opinion, yes, because the algorithm, the algorithm doesn't know what Shirley's show is doing, in my opinion. The more often that you are in a category, you solidify your pillars, your space in that category. I started out selling sneakers, selling shoes, okay? And I was like, these Nikes and these shoes are just getting out of hand. And purses are the same way, they get out of hand too. But there's so many people selling shoes at ridiculously low prices. I'm like, I just can't compete. So I got out of there. So I was then saying, okay, I got a lot of junk. I'm gonna go in storage unit finds. Well, I had more purses than I did storage unit items, as random items. And when I'm trying to run my purses, the audience wasn't there for the purses. So I was giving purses away. I'm like, that's not happening. So If you're in a completely niche, if you have a niche items that you're downsizing, I would say yes, go into that category, advertise it, bookmark it for, at least a week out, let people see your show that's coming up, and they'll bookmark it and come in. Yes. If you're frequently going on in storage unit finds or home decor or whatever it may be, you want to go on enough that you're seen by that audience. Does that make sense? Like right now, into mid-range fashion bags, and 2 shows ago, we sold more toys than we did purses. And if you think about it, look at Blazendary. Blazendary sells a bunch of streetwear, but he's in sneakers as a category because he started out with shoes. That's his category. But he has Louis Vuitton. He does all this other stuff that's not even streetwear, and people are still coming into him. So does the category really matter? Maybe not after a period of time, but starting out, I think you need to pick a category and let that be your home. You can sell anything in any category. Just know you may not have, unless you put it in your title to draw in those people outside of that category that are the norms. You may not have the draw of the people that will garnish you the dollar amounts that you're wanting to get for any item within that category. Does that make sense? Is it better to stick with a single category at a time so people get to know you first? That goes a little bit like I was dabbling in storage unit finds and mid range bags. The platform I think is so big that it really doesn't matter. I'm really giving it a double, talking on both sides of my mouth. I don't think so. The platform is big enough, and the algorithm will put you there. It's just you just gotta have a badass title. If you're in storage unit finds and you have some purses and you have the majority of Hot Wheels, okay, your focus is that you want to sell Hot Wheels. I would hope. So in your title under storage unit finds, if you want to go in that category, even though there's a diecast, there is a diecast, there's a Hot Wheels, category you can go to. But if you want to be able to say, yeah, I'm selling a little bit of everything, I'm Fred Sanford, you would just put in your title lots of emphasis on Hot Wheels. We got rare Hot Wheels, whatever it may be, to bring in the audience from diecast that may see it, that may be searching for a certain car, and they'll see your show in storage unit finds and they'll come over. So I think the platform is vast enough that you really don't need to plant your flag in one. It's just a warm and fuzzy for me, but you could be different and be like, I'm gonna have 2 shows a week in storage unit finds. I'm gonna have another show a week in home decor, and I'm gonna do women's contemporary on the weekends. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. Not if you are a big streamer. We are doing a collector plate show, and honestly, I know how it's going to go. Yeah, yeah. Usually, your pillars are already set. Like if you go to streetwear and uh you go to sneakers and streetwear and you go on when Cool Kicks is on, good luck. The people are gonna go to the pillars. Okay, you don't want to schedule your show against a big boy. Okay, in that category. Now they may go in there and go into that category for that pillar that's there and be like, oh, we're cool there. But at the same time, you still can make money. Again, you don't need 1,000 people to make a couple $100. You can make that off of 8 people, 9 people, 6 people. Okay, Vintage Mom, I think you made, you made your biggest profit or biggest sales that you made so far was like off of 10 people in your stream. And I think you're like, whoa, that was amazing. So any other follow-ups, guys? Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. A lot of people have this conceived. Okay, if you came to my stream, this is my stream. I'm selling you something. I got 11 people in here, and I want to sell. I want to sell this brand new Michael Kors purse that I have. And I'm like, Chad, I would run it for much lower if I got 12 people in here. If I can get 20 more people in here, I'm going to run this for $35. My question is, then run it for $35 now. If that's the price you want for it. If you don't want $35 for it, no matter if we had the people in the stream or not, set your price that you are okay with and run it. You don't that but I could be the buyer that wants that purse. I don't need 20 other people competing against me. But if you tell me what you want forward and you're okay with it, if you put it up there and I'm okay with it and I swipe and you got 12 people in the room, did you really need 12 people, 20 people to sell that item? No. Just run it. And that's what we learned from Corey Manx. You guys should go follow him. RTS, baby, run that shit. Whenever you touch, you need to run. Whatever you touch, you need to run because you don't know who's in your chat looking for what. We can say, "Oh, I got this beautiful monster can. It's beautiful pink. It's really good." You know, these are pretty expensive, and if you're interested, let me know and we'll run it. No, here's this beautiful can. It weighs X, whatever. It's live, chat. Swipe. Let's go. No one bids on it. That's okay. But you did not miss an opportunity because you ran everything that you have as your inventory to sell in front of the audience you have. That makes sense? Don't tease, if you will. And it's not you're doing it on purpose. I've done this, Kat, and I still do. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run it anyway because it's our. We do this because we don't want to impose on another human and feel like there's a pressure to buy something. But your audience is here to buy. Maybe not this, but maybe the next thing. Okay? So it's just our psychological way it is. But anything that you have, just run it. Run it, run it, run it. The people at my stream are coming to buy and support. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. And then Mammy's is, and he doesn't show his face most of the time. Corey, you talking about that? Talking about Corey Minks? My promotion ended. I stopped being yellow. Yeah, it's he shows the real estate. That's what I'm saying. And he has hundreds of people in his stream. They're not saying, "Oh, I want to see you, Corey." They're not. It's not that way. It's instead of it being an ish you, it's an ish me. It's the way I'm feeling. Okay, it's my own psychological roadblock that I'm putting up to say that's why it's not happening. But if you do it and it's successful, you'll see that, oh, well, that's really not the case. Good advice. Thank you. And I will try to implement these on my next live. Yeah, just take the baby steps because you're going to revert back. I'm 8 months in and I'm a believer of what I'm telling you of what's my opinion. And I still go back to old Jesse, which is, the timidness. Oh, I don't really want to run it. I think the price might be too high. I don't know. Run it. The chat will tell you what the price is. The chat will tell you what the price is. If I have a bag that I've had for 6 streams and no one bought it, my price is too high. So then I'm like, okay, then the chat has spoken. And what I tell my chat is when I run something and no one swipes, I'm like, well, there's 2 options here. It's either the price or it's the bag. Which one don't you like? It's not usually the bag, it's usually the price. Okay. So I toy with my chat that way as well by doing that. So you just gotta be aware and don't take it personally. But if you bought it wrong, if you didn't make your money on the buy, if you paid too much, that's not your chat's fault. You can't say I need $60 on this bag that's only worth 40 because no one's gonna buy it. You need to take your spanking, take your licking, sell it for 40, you lost your 20, and it's a learning lesson. That's how I view it. Because if you try to hold on to this, if you try to hold on to that bag for $60 and you know it's only going to garnish on this platform or any other platform for X dollars, who are you fooling? You're fooling yourself. It ain't going to sell. Get your money, take your loss, get some of that money back, right? You got 40, instead of being out the full 60, you got $40 back out of it. Yeah, you lost 20, it hurts. But at least you got $40 back to go reinvest back into something else. Now that you're smarter, wiser, and you know how to buy better. So I am weeks in, and it's very overwhelming. It's I tell I tell my chat, I'm like, every buyer needs to experience selling on this platform once, and there will be no more issues of, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, or why didn't you do. I'm like, once you learn all the other mechanical aspects behind the scenes of what you need to do to be successful on here, you will be like, hey, take your time, do what you got to do. I'll repeat it 30 times. That's okay. There's so many things to do. But we can't use that as an excuse. We've got to become the professionals because we chose to be in front of the camera or behind the camera talking, whatever you want to do. But yes, I'm with you as a seller, fellow peer. There's so many things to adapt to that it takes time to be able to look in the camera, read the chat, think about what product you're going to run next, respond to a question that a customer is saying, "Hey, would you take X for this?" And you're thinking, "What did I pay for that shit?" And then you're running all this stuff in your head. It's a lot to do. And then you got to prep for the show. You got to take your photos. You got to put all the descriptions in. Make sure you're not spelling anything wrong. It's a ton, especially if you're a one person or two person team.
Danny says, what do you think about the reverse auction?
I've heard about it. What is the reverse auction? I don't even know about it. What is the reverse? Maybe I have it as a maybe that don't know the term reverse auction. Can you explain that, or do you want to go on camera and you can explain it? It's best with you.
Restoration says you could actually bundle that purse with something else and you'll be able to get more. These are value shoppers on here.
That's correctly right. Very good. Good try. I'm gonna get you one these days, mammies. But yeah, you're on to thrift. You're exactly right. Think think outside the but do a bundle. I mean, it's like now you've got a value above $60 or whatever the value is that was for that single purse. Maybe you can recoup it and break even, or maybe only lose $5. Exactly right. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. And believe it or not, if you are this is what my thing is. If I'm losing money, I might as well just go for broke. You know how many things I've ran at like $3, $5, and it got more than what I was even thinking I was gonna get for it? It's the endowment effect, guys. If you run something for so cheap, you guys have, yeah, I'm sure you've seen this. Give me W's if you've seen this. You see a person run an item, let's say for $10. It doesn't go. Then a person says, "Hey, would you run that for $7?" And they're like, "Sure." And that item sells for more than the original $10. W's if you've seen that.
Lord loves you.
Okay. Is that because those people just came in the stream? No, it's the psychological that I can get it for 7 and I'm going to own that for 7, but you're going to pay more. That's why people do dollar starts. That's a whole nother topic, whole nother season, okay? But I've seen, and I'm like, guys, you could have had it for 10. Why didn't you swipe at 10? Because there was no option for them to see a savings in their head. Even though they know the price is good at 10, I want a deal. I'm a POP. I'm a point of purchase endorphin person. I thrive off of that. That's what it is. That's the whole point of dollar starts or
How
low
low can
dollar
I get
starts.
it? How
Yeah.
low can I
How
get
low
it?
can I get it?
Vintage
And
Mom says that's what I did tonight. People were bidding, so I kept running items lower than my bottom.
yep, exactly right. Now, it doesn't work all the
All the
time.
time,
It
right?
doesn't work all the time. But if you start to see the principle behind it and you see that, wow, you can do dollar starts, maybe not consistently as a new seller or as a small seller, But you'll understand the principle behind it. And the principle behind it is I want to own this widget for as low as I possibly can. And now I've got this person that I don't see bidding on my item, not the item I want, on my item. I'm going to swipe my ass off because I want it. I own it already. That's the endowment effect. Loey Lux, guys, another person. I can't stress this enough. If you guys are not virtual virtually networking, you got to. Um, I surround myself around positive people, people that are just great, energetic, motivational people. Loey Lux is another person like that. She does mid range and women's contemporary. Give her a follow. What I like to do, if you meet someone that intrigues you and you're in their show, follow them. Then when you're like, I'm just gonna go pop on and see what's going on, you go to your friends list and you're like, oh, that's so and so, and they're in that show. What is that show? You follow them. Do you know how many badass sellers I've met by doing that? I'm trolling my own people that I'm friends with. All right, but that's how you meet other sellers, and then from there you start talking to those sellers. That's how I met Vintage Mom. Okay, I've met so many people that way. You've got to this explore the app, explore different people. If you don't like someone at the end of the day, unfriend them. No big deal. No big deal. So um I've blocked many people too. I've had people come into my shows talking about how big my forehead is. I'm like, yep, it's big, and you won't see it anymore. There you go. Okay. So what? People are gonna have their opinions. They're gonna have their opinions. I can care less what their opinion is because I know who I am. So as long as you know who you are, don't don't sweat it. A lot of people still are nervous of typing on the phone in a chat, and it's like, why? I don't see you. I don't see who you are. I don't know, but a lot of people are shy doing that. That's why it's RTS. Run it all the time because you as a seller will say, anyone interested in this? Crickets, crickets, crickets. No one says anything. But when you run it, you got people swiping. Why is that? Why didn't they say yes? Because they don't want someone stealing it from them. So they don't want to say yes, I'm interested in it. But if you ran it, I would sneak in and snipe it. That's what they're doing. Exactly. I'm hiding. I'm not trying to pin it to you. I'm not trying to say that. Please don't take it that way. Okay. But that's why I like Corey's mentality of RTS. And there's another girl on there that I'm gonna get a shirt made. The young girl. I think she sells electronics. They're like, chat, swipe that shit, spin that shit. I love that as an icebreaker in my show, dude. I love Shoe Girl. Shit, I love that. That's awesome. And it's like total Valley Girl sound to her. She's hilarious. But I'm finding my community finally. Yeah, it's a great community. Now, mind you, there are the other side of this community are complete a-holes too. There are some people on here like that. And but the majority of people that are willing to venture into a business virtually have to have a mindset of openness and inclusiveness because it's something that's new. A person that is closed in is not going to be on this platform and or be in front of the camera because they're like, I'm guarded, I'm here. So the majority of people that you come in contact with are open, they're willing to explore, if not listen to different ideas, different subjects, whatever. So yeah, you're gonna find the majority of people on here badass. How about this community? Oh, thanks, appreciate you, aren't you? No, I appreciate that, thank you very much, I do appreciate that. So, I'm trying to get rid of the corporate grind, and I would love to be able to do this full time. And Vintage Mom, can I get an amen? Vintage Mom and I are in the same boat. And so it's just a matter of doing perfect practice, just practicing the right way. I'm not going to learn it all in 8 months. I'm not going to learn it all in 2 years. but I will be better than I was when I started 8 months ago. And that's all you can do is keep progressing. Just keep progressing, guys. Keep progressing. As you go along your way, you're gonna find other community shows that may give you a little bit more of what you're looking for. Sometimes they'll be off. And it's okay to bounce back and forth. You're not leaving any kind of loyalty undone. It's just at this point in your stage of your growth, you need this person, you need that person. That's how I look at it. So, and if
Candace
you
says, oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Candace says, let's check the promotion results, Ultra.
Oh, the promotion's over. Let me see. Let's see what we got. Where's my mouse? There we go. So promote. So here it is. It was 37 impressions for $2.50. Now, these are estimated impressions. Impressions do not mean clicks. This is how many people saw my thumbnail for the show. Okay. How many people came in? I would say maybe five. That was like five, no more than 10. Okay, come into the show. Okay. But at least you're paying advertising for someone to see your stream. And this was only for a half hour, chat. When I do a show for 3 hours and I'm paying $15 total to do that, I get here. I'll even show you. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
they continually keep coming in.
they can, yes, they
Plus, you
continue to
weren't selling anything tonight.
correct. It's under analytics. Give me 1 second, chat. I want to see my finances. So hold on. Promote tools. Okay. So here we go. All right. So under your analytics tab, you've got promote tools and what you use for promoting. Okay. It tells you the audience that you've reached, the number of shows that you've promoted, your community boosts, your impressions. Let me get this. Let me unplug this phone. Okay, so you've got right over here the impressions, which is 1,000, and this is in within the 6 shows that I've done. Okay, in the promoted tools within the past 30 days, the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, last year is what is your categories you can do. So here is the impressions I had. I had number of shows I've done with 6. Number of promoted hours were 7 hours. Promoted impressions per hour. This is how many people saw. Let me see if I can do this over here. It doesn't give me the thing, but it's how many people saw my thumbnail within that time period. Now you keep going on. You had total taps and clicks. I had 405 taps and clicks. I believe that is when people are clicking onto the show and or double tapping the screen. Okay. My click through rate. This is people actually clicking on my thumbnail and coming into my show. So the impression is people seeing my show. The click through rate is the people that are clicking into the show. Okay. And out of those 6 shows, I had 46 sustained watchers, and the sustained watcher rate was at 11%. I don't know why this is not giving me the indie thing. I don't know what the sustained watch rate is here. But the follows from promotion, I had 10 people, 10 of those 46 watchers followed me. Okay. And buyers converted. First time buyers from the promotion, I had 1. Direct sales from the promotion was $17. My total spend was $47.39. And my 7-day return and then my bids from promotion. So this is from the past 30 days. Okay. So this is just this past month. But now if we say, well, that's horrible, Jesse. Yeah, well, hold on. Okay. So now you have this is in the past 3 months. Let's go down to where the meat hits the road. I had 11 first time buyers. My direct sales was $427. I spent $292.28. Immediate return on spend 146%. 7-day return on spend 147%. And bids from the promotion 87. Okay. So there it is in black and white, chat. It works. And you've got to do it more than 30 days. You got to have it, you got to do a commitment to it. But that's it. So I had 11,000 impressions and 49 I did 49 hours over the past 3 months, or yeah, the last three months, yeah, over 3 months. And that's it. All that, you got all this data at your fingertips through your analytics page, or yeah, your analytics page. And then that's the overview and my promoted shows. And this just shows you all the shows that you've promoted. So like on this bunch of, I labeled it under storage unit finds. This the title. The title was crappy. It said a bunch of whatnot, but I had 150 impressions, and I think I closed that show out really quick because I was like, it did nothing. My title sucked. Then I had a purse hang tags and purse charms on 8/6. Show duration was not a long duration, but I had 293 impressions. I had a 7% click through. Okay, now here's a better title, and look, this was free shipping. This was reduced shipping. Purses, hang tags, Coach Kate Spade Dooney, mid-range fashion bags, and July 30th. Did a 3-hour show. I had 112 impressions, but I had a click-through rate of it's close to 17%. Still no buyers. No buyers over here. Okay, I had one buyer on this show here. This was my sports card show I did. I had one new buyer on this free shipping show. So it shows you all your people on all it keeps track of everything that you're doing with it. So it can be overwhelming with a lot of the data that's there. You can't chat, but it's good. Okay. Like this show, I had four new buyers in this show. This was June 27th. Bags, bags, bags. Coach Kate Dooney and fashion bags, mid-range fashion bags. Had 1,000 impressions. I had a 5-hour show, and I had four buyers. So our return on investment was 718%. Okay. So a lot of it depends on your time that you go on. I've noticed that a lot of my buyers are on the East Coast. I'm in Arizona, so I try to now tailor my streams on the time that I feel people are off work, they're not eating dinner, and then I try to go live in my time zone to meet their time zone. If my buyers were in Arizona or in California, I would be okay with going on, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. But I noticed that when I see a late night streamer out here in Arizona, like 1 o'clock in the morning, it's 4 o'clock a.m. their time. So people are just starting to get up. People are swiping right when they get out of bed. But I'm like, it's late. So I'm starting to do late night shows because those people are wide awake, ready to swipe. And that's what we're starting to do. Yeah. Do you like my transparency, chat? Any questions? I got my next show coming up, and you might not see me then either. Let me, guys, follow each other here. If you guys feel that you've been comfortable with one another, you feel that you get to know this person, I'm gonna give you a follow, mammies. And let me click on you. Oh, what's going on here? Why can't I click on you?
I'm already following her.
You're following me? Okay. So let me get mammies. Why can't I do this? Here we go. We're gonna follow Mammy. Who else we gonna follow? I already following Vintage Mom. Let's see who was engaging here. Who Shirley? Shirley, we're gonna follow you, Shirley. And
Let her know.
where's the thrift? Oh, Shop Madam President is mom. We got Restorationism. He laughed at something, so we're gonna follow him too, or her. What's going on? Why can't I press something? There we go. We're gonna follow.
Restoration.
Yeah, Restoration Mission.
Got it.
Loey Lux, my girl. We're already following her. So what you guys can do in the chat, if you guys want to know like whatnot lingo, if you've ever seen someone put in the chat F for F, follow for follow, that's what that means. So that means like, hey, if you follow me, I'll follow you, and that's how you meet different interesting people. Chat. I would highly suggest doing that. Confuse, not can freeze. Huh? Well, see, we got DN saying it's F for F. Let's do it. I'm following you. I just followed you. So yeah, so if you hit F for F, follow for follow. And then when my mom started getting on there, she's like, what does SB mean? I'm like, starting bid. So the whole nother lingo, whole nother acronyms, guys. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I said it's funny how people confuse me for being a guy. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, 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 no disrespect meant there. I just, as a guy, always say, "Dude, what's up?" or "Hey, what's going on, guy?" And it's a bad, bad habit that I do. Bad habit. So, all right. So I think it's 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes in, and I've made no money, Chad. That's the longest stream I've had with. I'm just joking. So yeah, it's been fun. I like showing this stuff to you guys, and again, the stuff I'm showing you I've picked up from other streamers. I've picked up by looking in whatnot's terms of service. Um, I will highly suggest on some downtime, um, just go in the terms of service and to start searching for some topics. I informed some of my friends. I'm like, dude, you know that streamer that we always go to? What they're doing, that's against the rules. They can't do that. It's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, here it is. It's right there. And they're like, oh wow, we need to tell them. I'm like, yeah, we do. If we told them, and they're like, hey, stop that shit immediately. So it's a lot of people do some things, me included, that may not be 100% of whatnot is wanting to do, but as long as you're not breaking the law, I say at times, depending on what you're doing, it can be better to ask for forgiveness than get permission. But yeah, just make sure you're aware because they whatnot will crack down as they get bigger, and if as people, other entities want to come and take over their market share, they'll start getting strict. They'll get real strict. So just beware, and you might as well start off right. That way you don't got to change yourself. Like, well, what we used to do, we were able to do it this way before. That was when we were small. Now we're huge. We can't do it no more. Bottom line. So you want to keep doing it, you're out. So just be wary of that. Yeah, exactly. Someone will screw it up. So I wanted to do a lot about the shipping. If any has anyone thought about it, do they want to do the beta testing? If you do, DM me with an email address and I will shoot it over to you. I'm taking three people. Three people. You're gonna get it for free. You'll be able to use it, do what you want to do with it, and you'll have the bat line to myself and to cannabis as to, you know, am I using this right? What am I doing wrong here? How do I do this? How do I do that? And we will work through it because we value your time on using it and seeing how friendly it is for that. So if you need a inventory sheet and you want to use that one and test it with us, by all means, DM myself and with an email address, and we will email it to you. Okay. So other than that, chat, we are going to raid someone. We were going to raid someone and follow cannabis. Yes, follow cannabis. So don't leave. Don't you leave. Who was that, Shirley, that we were talking about? That don't that people weren't staying in their stream. So this is what I do for rating. I will usually on a show if I have a good audience, even not even if it's a good audience. I usually just rate someone that I'm following that I know. If you are a new streamer and you don't have a lot of people that you know, you're best to raid a show that has a lot of people in it because what do they always say? Hey, go follow so and so. That is the cheapest follows you're going to get other than what we talked about earlier, people wanting you to pay and advertise and promote within their show to cost you money. So try to raid into another big streamer's show. So I don't have that many followers in my opinion. So let's try to find a whale. but I want to try to find a whale in the topic and the category that I'm in community, right? So we're gonna hit raid, and then we're gonna use. I can't do it here on this, so then I take out my phone, and then I go into community. Uh-oh, gotta close the app down. Come back in here. So then I go into the community, see who's live, who has a decent amount of people in. I got 12. Pooch's closet is makeup and skin. That's not right. That can't be right. Hold on. Community live shows. All right, so 12, 12. They're under community, but they're doing makeup and skincare. That makes no sense. Kids show free shipping. How are they in community? I don't get that. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. Well, we got community hour. So this guy Hollinger hour is in community. I only got 8 people in there. Another one got 5 people in there. I think we're gonna have to do a smaller streamer, and we'll go from there. They have over 500. What are you talking about, Vintage Mom? Oh, they have over 500 shows. You mean? Yeah, but if you look at like this person is actually selling something. They're under community. I don't understand why. Why would you try to sell something under community? Florida to Vegas. Is that a community show? Or are they selling something? Raid Florida to Vegas. Florida to Vegas.
She says no, they're selling.
Oh, okay. See, now he's not coming in. Florida to Vegas is not coming up for me.
Let me see. Let me try to find it.
Yeah, please select another user. Oh wait, I have this separated at. No, maybe I take away the at sign. No, I don't have Florida to Vegas. They must have ended.
No, there
Florida.
it is. They got 500 people in the room.
Florida.
The number 2.
Oh, the number 2. She had T. Oh, okay, to Vegas. Vegas. Got it. All right, we'll try that. We will try that. All right, mid-range fashion bags, guys. That's my topic, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Bookmark my do not bid and or my shows. We would love to see you next week. Stop in on the show. See how I do it. See what little things you can pick up because I'm gonna come in one of your shows and do the same thing. No judgment. Just you may do something that I like. Ooh, I'm gonna take that lingo. I'm gonna take that phrase. You may do one of mine. So that's cool. Okay. I don't have anything copyrighted written yet. I'm joking. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your week. And don't forget, we got a long weekend, chat. Memorial Day is coming up. So be good, guys.